Bam. Wow!
And we are live.
Code one.
We are,
No, I said
Yes. That's it. We're live.
yes. Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Well,
Tamam.
today's a special guest, especially
Yes.
because he represents the type of art that I am very into, which is calligraphy, a very Middle Eastern art. Love that stuff. I really do. Today on the show, we have Ghaleb. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let us, so calligraphy, that's mainly what you do, right? You don't do any
Yeah,
other
this
kinds
is
of
the
art.
only thing I do, and Arabic calligraphy.
Arabic
wow.
calligraphy, which
Okay.
is which is a whole art on its own.
Mhm.
So your type of art is very, very hard. It's really hard, especially because the Arabic letter and the way it's written out, like on its own. Like when I'm a native Arabic speaker. I write in Arabic too. My handwriting is terrible,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But like when you have someone who's doing it in the form of an art, that's just to a whole nother level,
Okay,
right? So
I see.
let us know, what is it like? How did you get into calligraphy? Where did it all start?
Okay, first of all, my handwriting is not that good as well.
What?
It became better. It became better when I understood the anatomy of the letter connections. So it
Wow.
made it much
Okay.
easier because there's something called script grammar, which is the grammar of how letters should look like
What?
in different positions in the word.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
This is actually a real thing. Yeah, it's
Well,
amazing.
I mean, I've never heard of this. Yeah.
But this is something totally different. Like this is something like there are some calligraphers who worked hard for producing books for such things, like for only fast writing Arabic, and it's a practice thing because nowadays we don't use it a lot. So for me, I started writing in Arabic to get a better handwriting. Lately, I'm writing
Amazing.
back in Arabic. Yeah, and I'm
Okay,
reading
let's
in Arabic so I can use more Arabic terminologies. But this is
Amazing.
a whole different level.
Okay,
You're on a
let's
whole
do
different
this.
level, Ghaleb.
I want
Yeah.
you to judge my handwriting. I have an envelope that I wrote my name on.
Okay,
How does it
show
look?
me.
I'm hiding a number
Show
of
me.
something because no brand deals until I get paid.
Okay.
Here, please do that.
That's pretty good. You're Kuwaiti, so you
I mean, yeah.
you learn Arabic in schools. You're not Lebanese. You don't want to see the Lebanese handwriting.
What?
Like
Trust me, I don't even want to hear them speaking. No offense.
Hey.
Like some of you guys, your Arabic is really good, and then we have people like Haejl over here. His
Yes,
Arabic is
Esh malak.
no. Don't say that.
that,
Don't say.
this is not
He says that
this
when
is
he's
not
trying to
even
make.
Lebanese.
I know.
I don't even know what he's. I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Shubek habibi.
Shubek, habibi.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's amazing. Your whole Arabic like writing. When I've seen your art, and I was the one who talked to you on the phone, by the way, that other day.
Okay.
And like you, I don't know if you know. I think I told you. I'm very excited because I want to know, like, is there a special brush that you use, a special paint brush or pen, or what is your equipment? Well, what do you use?
Okay, so I started when I did. It was a research, and I was interested in Arabic calligraphy and in Arabic history as part of my identity, and started developing my calligraphy skills in a very basic way. So I started getting some markers from the shops as a start, and then I went to study classic calligraphy to understand where professional calligraphers and masters come from, and how do they think, if you want. So I went to study after maybe 2 years or 3 years of experimenting on my own. I started using the classic tools, but then the classic tools were and the classic mentality, along with the classic script grammar, was very limiting, if you want. And this is not what I wanted. I wanted art to express myself, but when it comes to calligraphy, calligraphy comes ahead of you, and it's because it's a classic art. Usually artists approach such art with a humble way, so they just want to learn. They don't want to add or use it in a different way. So basically, yes. I started with a manifestation of why there's something called calligraphy, which is emerging calligraphy with the graffiti on, to fit the streets. Really cool. So I was like, okay, what I want to do, I want to study classic calligraphy and then put it on the streets. So it's a street art and not calligraphy. So it's not infused or I don't know the word. It's
cocktails,
not
infused.
It's not yeah, to fit the streets. And especially I hate this thing, to be honest, because like I studied in Beirut, I'm from South Lebanon, but we have identity, we have history. So we don't have to get what was the graffiti and everything and the hip hop movement. It was based on the concrete jungle, and they wanted gangsters and tagging and stuff. It's a very interesting thing to look at. It's a culture by itself. Yeah. So if I get it and bring it to Beirut, it's like what am I doing here? So I was interested in studying classic calligraphy, and I started paying attention to all the signage and how the yafta is done in Beirut. And this is something I started working with. I was like, this is how Beirut was, and if we want to keep the heritage or understand more our identity, this is a starting point. Yes. So it's mostly was research, and I'm still experimenting, and I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
From what I understood, you start off with the traditional. You started learning the traditional calligraphy, right? And then you took it to the next level. Right. You started expressing yourself after that.
That's true.
I see. That's pretty cool.
I'm still struggling to see how I'm like I try, but it's so hard to keep on the tradition in the calligraphy, and the same way to use it for but to express yourself with it. So it's like there's a very thin line, like how to keep this heritage, and in the same way you move forward with it, and in the same way you want your identity, which is hard. I hope I did it when you saw my work. Yes. I hope
let's see it.
I mean, I saw your expression. Even in your journey, when I look at your art on Instagram, and I'm gonna pull it up in a bit for people to see, like I can see the clear difference between classic graffiti, classic calligraphy, moving on to you expressing yourself using that calligraphy. I keep saying it, calligraphy, right? And it's really good. So what I'm gonna do is
three graffiti and you're out.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up your Instagram, okay? So we can look at your art, and basically, that's. So give me a second.
You were telling us about the anatomy of Arabic words. What does that mean?
The anatomy. So when you want to study the classic calligraphy first, you want to pick a script, because there's, let's say, 12 main scripts. Okay.
Like fonts?
You choose,
or like fonts?
Fonts. There's a, you don't say for a calligraphy, you say a script.
I see.
Okay. So it's a different thing. A font is something. I studied also a program of how to do a font and how to do the structure, and it's so hard if you want to do it like really thing. It's like you have to do the concept, and then there's like the mechanics of how this font will work and how the connections. So it's a project of at least 1 year of work.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. It was fascinating, but inside, when I was in the program, I was like, okay, this is cool, but thank you. It was a good investment for me to take this program. I learned a lot about typography, about how the history of it and everything. But thank you. Okay, I know now I want to be a calligrapher. Thank you.
Yes, that's cool. All right. So for scripts, you were saying.
Fonts are different scripts. So let's say there's the 12 main scripts. You pick one script, and then you have to learn the anatomy of each letter. The anatomy, which is the scale of the letter, how the letters shape, and then you go into measurements of how many dots each movement is.
Wow.
And how are different forms of the same letter look like if the calligrapher wants to change, and then you learn the script grammar, which is it is grammar. So it's like you can't mess around it. Like you can say this word is script grammatically wrong if you use the wrong ba with the ra. So or the wrong ba with the meme. They look different.
I thought there was just one ba. One ba. And one.
Yeah, I wish. My life would have been easier.
I mean, yeah, the letters itself have many anatomy and different shapes and forms that it can take, especially the ta, and the confusion between the letter ta, ta, and ha, the letter of ha. I see there's a lot of confusion, even in today when people think in Arabic, because when I say sayyara, which means car, people don't know that like there are people who type it with a ha at the end and not a ta.
That's a Gulf issue, Habibi.
I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it's not,
might
but
be, because you stress the ha and the siyara, like from your accent. But that's I'm not talking grammar. I'm talking script grammar. So
script grammar. There's a difference.
Yeah, let me try to find something. Can I move?
Please.
Of course. Yeah, we'd also
love to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try.
Hi.
Let me try to find anything here.
By the way, what's your Instagram? Because I can't seem to find it.
G.Hawila.
G.
Okay.
Yes.
How to rotate the camera? Okay.
There we go. So here we go. Okay. Oh, he's gonna give us some live stuff right here.
So, for example, I studied not all the scripts because I didn't like them all. So I studied Ruqa and Diwani. They are, by the way, I studied them because of so many different, so one big reason, one of them is that the Ruqa and the Diwani, they are called small scripts. So when you want to write them, you write them using 3mm pen or less.
Wow. Okay, so even the tools like the pen have a specific restriction.
Almost. In the classic, not on me.
I see. Yeah, no, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So I use them because, you know, when it comes to Arabic calligraphy and advanced Arabic masters, they use the thuluth and the Diwani Jali Diwani and Muhakkak, sometimes, and many different scripts to do their paintings, and then these scripts became famous. On the other hand, the small scripts are more used for people. They were developed by the Ottoman Empire to write Faraman, or to have like to have the سق بيع أو شراء. If you want to buy, if you want to have a legal paper, so they developed this رقعة script, so people can read and write it easily.
I see.
And I personally find this script very fascinating. It's like the Helvetica of the. It's like the Helvetica, and
what do you mean? It's like
in fonts. It's like this script. It's like perfectly done. It's just perfect, bold, simple. I love it.
I see.
And also, if you roam around in souk or anywhere, you find the script a lot. So, or in shops, ملحمة أبو خالد وأشطمان ما بعرف شو الملك ملك ما بعرف شو. You find it.
That's a Lebanese restaurant. Oh my God, dude. It's giving me Lebanon vibes. But yeah, no, that's true. No, I mean, even in Kuwait, when someone is yeah, go ahead. I was saying that even in Kuwait, when like a judge is about to pass a sentence and he's gonna write something, you know, like with his hand, not printed, he writes Arabic. He doesn't just write like, "Oh, this guy is gonna be sentenced to die." No, like the way officials or calligraphy itself, when it's written, it's as though it's poetry, but in art. You know what I mean? Like it's very appealing to the eye when you see it. Like you can tell, like based on the khat and how, like if he was in a hurry or was he taking his time when writing it, or is he, you know, angry, mad, because it all shows in the writing, which is amazing to me. Like it's really cool.
True. So, and this is the expressive part of calligraphy rather than copying what's exactly was there or changing slightly. And or people like, oh wow, you know, I mean, it's interesting. People like different stuff. It's like I'm not a big fan of classic work, so that's why I use different colors, different compositions, different way. But that's my style. That's my opinion.
Amazing. Okay, so let me open up your Instagram right here, and I just have to say, like, wow, did you do this in the back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Where is this?
It was great. In Saït Janzir in Beirut. But this is not the final. It wasn't final like that.
There was more added to it.
Yeah.
And like, let's look at this, a classic of like one of, you know, Ghaleb's
This is not
work.
classic. This is like
it's your classic.
This is like yeah, like if you want to know more about me, you have to understand one, like you have to always think of one sentence, which is I'm too halal for haram people and too haram for halal people.
You're just like me. You know? Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
you are just like me.
It's like if a classic calligrapher will look at this, he'll be like, okay. And if modern artists will be like, okay, I'm not sure if this is modern art or classic art. So I'm somewhere there. But this is like I was developing the shading, the excessive shading technique that I was working on. This is done by gold, by the way.
Wait,
24 carats.
Actual gold?
Wow.
Yeah, gold leaves. You can check the.
It says here.
Yeah.
60 by 160 centimeter acrylic canvas, gold, leaf 22 carats.
Oh, 22 carats.
Ali, can you read this? Can you read what was written? I just want to know.
Can you zoom? Yeah. Oh, I have. Please zoom. Please zoom more. Can you see my face?
Yes.
I can see your face.
كلي شغل رك
I can't read this. I'm saying
I
it
can't
now.
read
Like,
this. Yeah, I didn't know if you could read Ali, but I really can't.
I can decipher. I can remember
You
what I
wrote
was
this.
doing.
You wrote it.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
can.
wrote this.
It will take me time to
It's
read
your
it, to be
handwriting. How do you
And
not?
it is
Yeah,
at
but it's
this
not about
time we
only
don't
the
have so.
handwriting. It's more about I can read that easily, but it's more than the handwriting. I
What?
do stuff where
Mhm.
I overlay the calligraphy together.
This
Yeah.
is my favorite work of yours right here.
Uh-huh.
Of
That's
everything
interesting.
you've done, this is my favorite. I think it's
Okay.
because
Why
of the
so?
dark aspect of everything, and then with lighter colors, you choose to write everything, and it's just, I love it so much. Like this is my favorite of your work.
Wow.
Interesting.
So
Thank you.
Yes,
you're
yes.
welcome. Yeah, it's really
This
good.
this was done digitally.
Digitally, huh? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What does this say?
This is the خلينا نشوف أصيل توافق قوة هيدول these are the words of the it's like the brand words of Adidas Consortium. So each year they do a book, and I was honored to work with the Good Life Space and Good Life in Dubai. They are sneaker shoes, and now I'm working with them on another
Design.
another work
Nice.
that's gonna be a fundraising campaign for Lebanon, and these are the fucked prints.
Wait.
I used it once. Okay,
That's
so
one.
I just teared them apart, but I kind of like this.
I
Like
mean,
this
it
is
looks
art.
really nice.
Like this is art.
Oh wow, you know
Oh,
what?
this is also recycled paper.
Uh-huh.
This is recycled paper. They were I picked it was like customized for this project. Also, the guy who did it is one of the best screen print makers or screen printers in Lebanon who his house got damaged in the explosion, and the papers I got them from Sur. It's like an NGO that work with ladies to produce papers and stuff. It's very
Amazing.
interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It
So
is.
where were we?
We were talking about
screen.
Here, let me do it for you. There you go.
Sorry.
My favorite art piece of yours. So
thank you so much. So
okay,
now I'm working with them. Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
I was gonna say here's another reason why I really like this is because you can see you've incorporated some Arabic letters with the handshake, which is like right here, which I love when people like do. Did you see the one where it's calligraphy on a camel? It's a camel shape calligraphy.
Yes.
Was it a horse shape? Those are my favorite types when you incorporate like
shapes into the
shapes and objects into the art of the anatomy of the letters that you said.
They're called ambigrams.
Ambigrams. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
Right.
But it's cool to do it, but it's like I like doing it for some time, but then I got like, okay,
Bored
what's
of it?
next? What's next?
What's next?
Yeah, it's like, okay, adding calligraphy in a shape, and wow, that's interesting. What's next?
This is my second favorite, the heart.
Okay, so you like the black.
I love it when you put like black and then light colors in the middle. This is my favorite. Like here, it's the clear shape of the heart with Arabic letters all over that makes up the shape of the heart, which is amazing. I love it so much.
Thank you.
I really do.
Ghaleb, how do you even start with something like this? Like you sketch it out before, or is this digital also?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your process like from scratch to this?
So this was done during the quarantine. I did it because I didn't have much to do on my list. people, like all the stuff were closed.
I mean,
and
you and the rest of the world. So yeah, we kind of understand.
yeah. So I was like,
no one had anything to do.
yeah, exactly. So I thought I wanted to exercise more on the techniques of the digital drawing. Also, I thought I want to share something that people can share to the loved ones.
Yep, and you said here, so tag them, let them know you're grateful to have them. So here's what
exactly.
I'm gonna do.
So this is how it. And I shared the link of the high resolution image of it, so people can print it and gift it away or something.
Yep. And obviously I tagged someone right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're not. That isn't even your page.
No.
Yeah. Oops. Well, I tagged Ali.
Oh, thank you, Ali.
Yeah. Don't take it the wrong way though. It's not,
I see. And then colors. How do you pick this color? Like, why this color for the font or a script?
I don't remember, man.
Shoo.
I really don't remember. It's like, okay, let's try. It's like I'm trying different colors. Okay, heart. I don't want it to be red.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I like his style. Blue a lot. What?
I love your style. You don't need to have meaning behind everything you put in a. No, it's just you know what? It looks good.
There was.
The color blue.
There was. Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe, but I don't remember. It's like forever. You asked me about small detail, but for me, the blue, it's a dominant color.
It is.
For the blue is a dominant color in my work. And
I feel very dominated by this color. I'm not gonna lie. It's such a good color.
It's a good color.
Maybe because when it comes to my sign, I'm a Libra, which is an airy sign, which is the blue color.
Do you actually believe in this stuff, like astrological?
I don't believe. I took a workshop, intense workshop, and it's like, holy shit, this shit is crazy. And it's not about belief or anything. It's not about belief or anything, you know.
It's about.
You have to know more about it. You have to know more about it. And what made me interested in it, because if you study scripts and old scripts, you see that when a king gets a baby or something, he do the certificate of, he gets some scientists to do his birth chart, and they used to invest a lot, and it used to be an art piece. So this is like, okay, maybe we are stupid, but they weren't.
I mean, maybe. So just off of that, let's do a little game here. What is my star sign? Can you try and guess it?
That's a game?
I mean,
we can call it a game. It makes it funner.
I'm going with a Capricorn.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What about you?
No, it doesn't look. It doesn't look.
Like what? Bam! Nice. Roasted.
You know better, Ali. You know better.
Yes.
Because
thank you for watching another
my rising sign is Capricorn.
Oh,
and just because I'm not what exactly? Because
you're not a cat. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But
I mean, it's recorded. I can always go back and watch. Just saying.
But Capricorns are more. It's like an earth sign, so it's more materialistic. It's more grounding. It's more. I like the earthy colors a bit with the blue. It's the perfect combination for me. And then I was thinking, because in one of the exhibitions, if you can go to my Instagram, my latest one at the French institution in Beirut, I know before, if you go down, if you go down more.
This is
more.
another beautiful thing, by the way, but we'll get back to this.
Yeah, more, please.
Well,
You just let me know when to stop.
More here. Look, here, exactly. Go up at the 4 color. No, up, more.
Up or down?
More, up, more. Exactly here.
Oh, this
if
one.
You can stop here.
Okay, so what's that?
So this is part of عناصر الحياة. Elements of life. This exhibition was very, I don't know how to say, it was very philosophical, very numerical, very I did a big research, and it was based on the dot. So if you go up more, you can see the details on the left.
Oh, wow.
On how I executed it, and it's based on a dot, a single dot. Yeah. So what you are seeing is part of the exhibition, which is discussing the 4 elements of life. The 4 elements of life with the 4 different feelings of, and the colors of them, and the direction of them. Okay, so I did a small experiment when I did this exhibition. I asked people about their favorite ones of these, and then I asked them about their sign. So it was a small experiment.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
What did you find out?
I found out that people are drawn to the colors that, it's a mood, it's a color. Wow. It's the way you think. It's the way you process things.
By the way, I'm a Scorpio.
What's your star sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
You're a Scorpion.
But what's your rising sign?
Oh no, I don't know. Like that's as much as I know.
It's either you know or you don't.
Okay.
For me. So you don't.
I don't.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. But if you want to know more, if you want to know, if you're interested to know more, you have to dig deeper, and then you see yourself if you're interested in this or not. And for me, I was curious to know more about it.
I see.
I never had this fantasizing about signs and stuff.
It's tradition, and it's like history, and it's something they used to do in the past, more so like follow the stars. Like you used to be able to see the stars all the time, and like people used to navigate through looking at the stars.
Now
really.
You can see the stars better now with all the technology.
True.
And you know who the first who used the stars to navigate? You say it. You Lebanese say it.
Gibran Khalil Gibran.
No.
The
Phoenicians.
The Phoenicians. I see. Oh wow, that's cool. Nice.
They were the first to navigate at night. This is something they were advanced in.
I see. Whoa, that's cool. So when you look back in history, are there like specific like fonts or scriptures that you look at historically that like you try to copy in your research, or not really? Like you're more modern.
It depends on the project, or it depends on how I feel about the project. Maybe when I get old. Maybe.
I see.
It depends how. Yeah, I remember I got the pen, the pencil, and the paper to show you guys some letter connections and the difference between some stuff. Let's check it out. Should I keep it? Okay. So, for example, if I wanna write, for example, bar. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Or if I wanna see, no, this is hard to say. Ba ra or ba wow. For example, this is or ba. This is hard to do. Ba wow. Okay. So in the Ruk'a script, if I want to do the ba ra, it's gonna look like this.
What?
Oh, this, this is a ba ra. Almost. Wait. This is a ba ra in the script. Okay.
Wow.
But if I want to do a ba wow, I'm using the same ba, right? But if I want to do it in this, it's hard to do calligraphy when you're holding a pen.
Holding, yeah, I assume so.
Holding, sorry, the phone.
Yeah. How about you just put your camera up a little bit so that we can, you know, see.
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
Check.
Can I use one more fuck?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's all you, baby.
It's all good. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, much better now. So, look. So this is a ba ra. Look how the shape of the ba is, and look, this is how ba wow.
Yeah.
So
okay.
depending on the preceding letter, the ba would change. But if I'm doing a ba meme, this is just, I want to tell you something. This is the most basic script that I told you about. This is the Ruk'a script. If I'm doing a ba meme, for example, or a ba ha, it would look something like this.
So it looks just like the ba ra, but it's inverted. The ba is inverted.
You think so? Look.
Yeah, see? So.
Oh, wow.
Or the ba ha. This is the ba meme. Or ba ha. Or ba ha.
Can you do like a quick one of our names? Like Ali?
You want one Ali or two?
Just one, because we're both called Ali.
Yeah, we're both called Ali.
Doesn't really. In the Raq'a, let's do it.
Yeah, that's easy. I'm glad you have the same name.
I mean, this is when it comes in handy. All right, so here we go. Starts with the Ain, right? Goes into the Lam.
This is a technique my teacher told me about. He told me you should know how to draw the letter with one pen. Like, this is something you need to learn. And like, it was one of the great tips that he told me about.
And there it is. Ali.
Yeah. You can go more and go into details and, you know, outline it.
Cool. All right.
I can use, okay. This is another script, for example. You can see that I changed the angle of my pen, the tilt of my pen, the angle of it changed already. Oops.
Oh, I see.
Amazing. Dude, I can watch him do this all day and I wouldn't get bored. I honestly would not get bored.
Yeah, this is
Ali, boom, bam, Ali.
Boom, bam, Ali. Boom, bam, Ali.
Ghaleb, what I want to know is, like, why does the letter following a letter make the letter change? Like, I've never seen this in English, and it makes no sense to me. Like, it's not, like, I don't know, does it have a function other than, like, the way it looks, or is it just, like, style?
Well, you don't see it in other scripts because you don't need it in other scripts, because most scripts are detached, and that's the beauty of Arabic, because it's attached. So when you're attaching the letters and let's talk about the why it's like that.
Yeah.
First is to keep it classic and poetic, as Ali said, more poetic, but at the same time it has a function of readability. It's more easier for you to read it when you understand the script, how it's done, or when you understand that this letter looks like this. I know it's harder, and it's harder. So, and this is something people face at schools, because a 3 years old can express himself in English or any Latin language much easier, because he needs to be at least 6 to express himself the same level when it comes to Arabic, because he needs to learn the Arabic alphabet letters separately, and then he needs to learn the connections, because now you were fascinated by the details, but we know that the ta at the end of the letter is not it's not like the beginning, or it's not like the kaf. So we know them by default, but when you're teaching it to a kid, it's like you're giving these are information. It's like extra information.
I see.
You know, and these extra information is part of our Orientalism, or it's like we are always surrounded by details.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, like Arabic is just a harder language to learn to speak, harder language to learn to write, and maybe like in schools and stuff, a lot of families are like, oh, it's much harder for my kid to learn Arabic than English, so I'm just gonna teach him how to learn English, and they forget how to teach him Arabic. Do you see that?
It's sad. It's sad because that's, it's their mother tongue. It's who they are. So, and I see this a lot too, unfortunately. I see that, like, even in Kuwait, there's a lot of kids that are learning English before Arabic, and like I see a mom would like talk to me, for example, or a dad would talk to me in Arabic, and then when they want to talk to their kids, they talk to them in English. Like, they're yours, right? Like, why don't they speak the same as you? So
I mean, another thing, I was gonna say another thing with that is that now like everything online is kind of in English. Like you text in English. Like even if you're texting in Arabic, you're using English letters to text. And like I don't know, there's an easier way to text.
But we are talking in English now about Arabic script, which I don't find it, any bothering.
I mean, don't get it twisted. The reason we're talking in English is we have people from Europe and the United States, they're watching this, right? So
exactly.
فينا نحكي بالعربي بس ما حيفهموا شيء.
Exactly. So that's why I guess parents are like, I want to teach my kids English, so later on they will communicate on a global scale. And this is interesting. Now it is interesting. We can travel wherever we want. If we speak English, we never feel foreigners or anything, except in Germany, maybe.
No, they speak English in Germany. They just don't like to, I guess.
Yeah.
That's one. Do you text in English or in Arabic?
When you text? It depends on the mood.
Ooh, you're just like me. On the mood. Amazing.
It depends on the mood. Sometimes I want to speak text in Arabic.
Like what is your mood when you text in Arabic? I don't know what like.
No, it's like two different moods. It's like when I'm speaking to clients in the Gulf, maybe that's one mood, and other mood would be giving inside jokes with my friends. So we do Arabic.
I see.
Insightful jokes, yeah.
Well, we have reached our time limit.
No.
Yeah. I want to talk to you. I'm telling you, dude, honestly, I can sit with you for like all day and watch you just like write in Arabic. But unfortunately, we do have a specific time set and we did reach that time. So thank you very much for coming on the show. Obviously, people who watched this, I hope you learned a lot about the Arabic language today, especially its artistic side. Ghaleb, do you have anything you want to shout out, let the world know?
I'm good. Thank you. But thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for making this. This is very interesting. This is part of your time and you're dedicating yourself for doing this. I really appreciate that. At least I'm getting paid to do what I do. I don't know about you guys.
Not really.
So I really appreciate what you do. And, you know, it took me time to get I used to do it for free, so don't worry.
I mean, end of the day, we're not really looking for money. We're just looking to have fun and meet people, amazing people just like you, Ghaleb. And it's been a pleasure, wallah, to have you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Same here.
Appreciate it, man.
Obviously, we really like the fact that you do this Arabic cultural, art when everyone is going into the more European side of things with drawing. So it's really good to see that. And it's amazing to see how much you adore and respect your identity as an Arabic man. And you've stayed to it even through art. So
cool. Yeah. What's next for Ghaleb? What are you up to next? Is there anything you can share with us?
There's a lot of I'm launching this print I showed you with The Good Life, and I have I'm working on developing a new style that will enable me to portray people, or maybe it's a different style that I can use wherever I want or however I want. And there is another project that's gonna hit Beirut hopefully. I've been developing since before the quarantine, and it's about the relationship of the sea with us. It's like we in the Middle East, it's like we're like a boat with no direction to go. It's but it's a macro and micro aspect of it, because when we are young, we're like lost in this different waves of thought patterns and identities and languages, and your parents want that, and there's the peer pressure, and then there's different, so there's this swimming thing happening.
Yeah. It's amazing to hear, and I can't wait to see it, to be honest. I really can't wait to see it.
And there's some different project that I forgot about.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with A to the show. Yes. Anyways, like,
subscribe, share. You can follow us on A to the show everywhere. A to the show, A to the show, A to the show. This is how we sign out.
This is how we sign out. Salute to cover the cam, and
peace.
They're just old white men who are lost, out of touch. Their time is very near. They're both gonna die in 2-3 years, give or take. I think we need someone who's in their 30s, maybe 40s.
It's true. Well,
let's look at presidents who were young when they became presidents, like JFK. Yeah. JFK did a lot for the United States.
He got shot.
Okay, well,
that's why. Why do you think he got shot, Ali? Well, you tell me.
I honestly don't know. I didn't read too much into it, and one of my friends here in a little bit is gonna hate me for that because he loved JFK.
All right, Martin Luther King, the same thing. He was a very young leader. What happened to MLK?
He got shot.